Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Today is the 10th of July 2024. The topic of today is wife sharing. So, before we start with the topic of today or explaining what we mean by wife sharing, we are going to ask a simple question. I am going to ask a simple question. Do you think that you are capable of sharing your wife with your friends or with your visitor if the opportunity comes up? Would you ever try to do that? Would you ever do that at all? That's a very important question. Now, let's look at wife sharing. Wife sharing is practiced over the Himba and over Zemba people of Namibia. According to the practice, a man welcomes a familiar male guest, maybe family member, best friend, but never a stranger or a tourist, to his home by allowing the visitor to sleep in the man's bed and have sex with his wife for the night, while the man sleeps in another hut or outside. I mean, if they can do it for a family member or a best friend, then the probability that they can also do it to a stranger that they welcome in the family is also very high, and also to a tourist too. So thus, the practice has been described as generational old or centuries old or something that is very ancient. Now, what are the reasons for this practice? They believe that it deepens friendship and prevents promiscuity and jealousy in both sexes. Does that even make any sense at all? All right, let's look at a situation whereby a woman refuses to participate in wife sharing or refuses to be a gift to a visitor. You find out that the woman will be ostracized, the woman will receive a huge beating or a form of harassment, So abuses are also involved. But I just have this little question for this topic. Would you actually offer your wife as a gift? That's a very important question. The next question is, would you consider it as an adultery when a woman is gifted to a visitor by her husband, that is, considering the vows of marriage? And I believe that the vows of marriage is only between you and your husband and does not extend to the visitors. I don't know. The next question is, do you think that gifting women to visitors reduces women's quality as humans and denies the particular women and denies those women the rights of a woman, of a womanhood, and then subject them to some of to domestic abuse or violence and rape in case if they refuse? Now, the next question is, gifting women to visitors, do you think that it infringes on fundamental human rights and makes women in that particular culture subject to exploitation and unnecessary harassment, including abuses? Now, considering that this Namibian cultural practice is widespread and is very known, a lot of people know about it, If, for instance, somebody that is not a Namibian marries a Namibian woman, the question I'm going to ask you, would you be worried if you are not a Namibian man and you marry a Namibian woman, would you be worried when a visitor comes knocking at your door, especially your family friends or your friends or even any member of your family? Would you actually be worried? So that's a question out there. Thank you and have a great and wonderful day.